Is Washington State prepared for the age wave? By the year 2030, 1 out of 5 Washingtonians will be age 65 plus. How can we make our state the best possible place to grow older? Governor Jay Inslee wanted to find out. That's why he convened his first Aging Summit, bringing together over 100 thought leaders and advocates for seniors at the Talaris Conference Center in Seattle.
Today I'm as excited to be here on a historic day. It is historic because we're looking at this as a very optimistic position in the state of Washington to people age in no better place in the world to become older than in the state of Washington. And second,
Governor Inslee addressed the group, challenging them to find new and innovative solutions. Next, the group heard from Dr. Laura Carstensen, a psychology professor who is the director of Stanford University's Center on Longevity.
In a blink of an eye, in historical terms, we nearly double the length of the lives that we're living.
Dr. Carstensen put the aging of our population in a historical and evolutionary perspective, providing a framework for the discussion to follow.
Can you give us a little perspective broadly? Your work in D.C. versus what you see in the States. Where does the opportunity exist for people in the state versus what's going on nationally?
Well, all of the opportunity exists in the real Washington, which is Washington State. It's a virtual dead zone in Washington, D.C. How's that? So, well, look, this is...
In the next session, Governor Inslee was interviewed by Aaron Waters of Governing Magazine about his thoughts on the issues facing the state as the baby boom ages and our state moves deeper into the 21st century. Now it was time for participants to make themselves heard. People broke up into groups focused on livable communities, financial security, health care, and long-term services and supports. The groups met and discussed their issue for over an hour. Then participants rotated to another group. After 2 rounds of breakout groups, the whole audience reconvened to present their best ideas.
So the idea of the first one was Eric
Each
Larson
group distilled their discussion down to the top 5 best ideas and presented them to the whole group, including the governor.
So this is the impetus behind the START legislation that has been suggested so that the state...
Examples of key ideas presented included using the transportation revenue package to prepare for the age wave, make it easier for small businesses to offer retirement savings accounts, have an Alzheimer's plan for the rising incidence of Alzheimer's disease, and study public and private options to leverage private resources to pay for long-term care and find ways to better serve people on Medicare.
this comes back to how the evolution has changed anything. We've got a system that was built on going to work at the factory at age 19 and retiring at age 65 with a gold watch and a pension. Well, obviously that just is not the world today. All of us are going to have 3 or 4 or 5 careers. We've got to have portability in whatever system we have.
Finally, Governor Inslee summed up the day with his closing comments, reflecting on what he had learned from the discussions and bringing the summit to a close.
Thank you. Let's look at this as a start, and let's not age gracefully. Let's age aggressively. Thanks a lot. Take care.
Thanks to all the participants for a great day of sharing and learning. We developed some great ideas. Now it's time to get to work.